Ladies and gentlemen, we move back towards semi-professional mixed martial arts. Introducing to you first, battling out of the red corner, from Frontline. Give it up for Sigmund, Hollerud. And his opponent standing across the page in the blue corner, from Team Santarelli. Give it up for Santarelli. This is the semi-professional mixed martial arts contest over three-minute rounds.
So Dean, it's one of the most anticipated matches of tonight. All the ingredients for a great fight for sure. Out of the red corner though this time, Sigmund Hollerud fighting out of Frontline. His opponent in the blue corner, Luke Santarelli from Team Sampri. And Dean, as we know it, so much here on the table, but so much from these two as far as utilizable skills.
Indeed, Sigmund coming in, he likes to strike at range. You see that as he already starts to fight here.
But we know his opponent also very punishing, quick hands. And that's what I love about this weight class, so much movement. Both fighters also very accomplished when it hits the mat too, Dean.
That's very true. Sigmund has very good BJJs, active in no-gi grappling comps all the time. You see him, everyone you ever go to, he's there. So accomplished on the ground from Sigmund.
But we also know his opponent is very savvy in the top control position. So again, all of the things you look for to make an exciting MMA match. And both fighters actually showing a lot of good defense first. Neither landing cleanly, but both throwing quite a myriad of combinations.
Sigmund coming in with some good footwork. However, he's leaving his hands down as he moves out there.
And look for Santarelli to spin. That guy's got a ridiculous turning back kick. Usually going 360 on that. And a strong overhand right, which he may look to set up off some of that head movement he's showing. But as you said, Sigmund opting to try and stay outside. Oh, but he gets clipped by a right hook. And then there we go. There's the single leg. I was going to say, how long before one of these two try to take it down?
Sigmund ate that shot, tasted the power of Santarelli, and ultimately tried to initiate the takedown.
And no kicks from Sigmund Hollerud. I mean, we've seen this guy take out guys with kicks to the legs. There's not many fighters who can claim to do that, especially at this weight class.
Yeah, I remember seeing that fight actually. He had to stop the fight. He blew the other guy's knee out from a leg kick. That's some power.
And here we go,
50-50
clinch position. And it seems to me Santarelli looks to be the slightly more physically imposing fighter, but Sigmund, obviously, as we know, is a very well-versed grappler. He's got good leverage. And now we see the leverage I was talking about as Hollerud tries to press him up against the fence. Nice deep left underhook there.
Interesting to see if Santarelli can feel his opponents. Often when you tie up with the opponent, Chris, you can feel how strong they are, how well. Oh, big knee from the middle there by Sigmund. How strong they are, what they feel like in the clinch. And as of yet, looking at it, it looks like Santarelli is having a difficult time disengaging.
And I like how Santarelli was using that full Muay Thai plum. It was coupled very nicely across the crown of the head. Often you see fighters holding behind the neck. And again, talking about leverage, you don't get quite the same level of torque. But now it's Santarelli pressing him against the fence, possibly looking to land a knee of his own, but he goes for a couple of punches to the body, goes to a head inside single, but runs out of time. What a fantastic fight, Dean.
Back and forth. Santarelli there, a smart fighter. He perhaps senses he might be a little bit down the scorecards and tries to initiate a takedown at the end of the round to look good in the judges.
Now, what was interesting to me, as you said about Hollerud, is that despite being at a slight strength disadvantage, arguably, he used some great techniques there in the clinch. And what was fascinating is this fight went to the mat nearly at multiple points, but neither fighter able to secure a definitive takedown. That might be the deciding factor as we move into round 2. Round 2 of 3, semi-professional mixed martial arts rules. Chris Hoekstra here calling it with Dean Midhat in Norwich, and a packed venue here tonight. Dean, it's just been outstanding. Both fighters looking very sharp here throughout this bout.
Santarelli coming out more bouncy. I was going to say he's got a mean overhand right, and with Sigmund leaving his neck up a little bit, his hands down, that might find a home in the exchanges.
I get the feeling he's worried about defending the takedown, and we've seen that in and out of the clinch thus far. But neither fighter is susceptible yet to being taken down. That was the best shot of the fight. There was that right hand.
Oh,
hey,
and again.
Drops him. I think that was definitely a brilliant timing.
Interesting there. Santarelli doesn't want any ground game with Sigmund here. That is interesting.
Oh! Big right hand again for Santarelli, the 3rd time. And again lands 4th time. That's been the money shot, Dean.
Hollerud desperately trying to get this fight to the ground. He has tasted Santarelli's power, particularly in that overhand right. He really needs to keep his hands up, Chris. He's standing up a bit too straight, leaves his chin out there.
And I think Sigmund's really hurt, Dean. I think he's definitely still a little bit out of it. He's circling away. He was circling away from the power, which is smart. But a lackluster takedown attempt is going to leave him, I think, on the end of another couple of strikes once Santarelli disengages. See, he's trying to drag him to the ground, Dean. A wise decision, I think, if you're not having it on the feet.
Sigmund there on the mat. Is there something wrong? Did that perhaps mess with his equilibrium? The overhand right, is he tired?
I think he's going to get a warning here from our referee to avoid stalling and flopping.
Right. Nice double jab there.
Way!
No, that's the overhand right. Catches the leg. That's beautiful. Santarelli is really coming to his own.
Such control. I mean, he looks, again, like a shark in the water, but also a hyena, being very patient to wait to go into for the kill.
Stalking his prey down is he. Oh my goodness.
Santarelli with a right hand again, left hook to the body. And fast chambering. But I think Sigmund's recovered a little bit now.
Big knee.
I stand corrected. That left one hit right to the liver. This is going to be all over in a second, Dean. There's not much time left, but a head kick again thrown by Santarelli.
Santarelli doing a good job of keeping his opponent. Oh my goodness, Sigmund just drops to the mat there, doesn't want any of the hands. Santarelli doing a good job of blitzing his opponent with strikes. Did a really good job, Chris, of getting out of the clinch, disengaging with his hands up. So if Sigmund did throw something there over the top, being the more rangier fighter, he was protected.
And I think we're going to get a point deduction here. That's very interesting. Obviously, a fighter must intelligently defend themselves at all times. But I think our referee is going to deduct that for stalling and actually...
Watch for Santarelli to go in for the kill.
I think he's going to end this fight. That's it. That's all over.
Yeah.
You're going to look for a fighter, as I said, to try to provide intelligent defense. And simply flopping like that, one could argue is stalling, but I would say is indicative of a fighter being unable to defend themselves, unwilling, and that by default puts Santarelli as the victor. What a brilliant performance. He was waiting to get off first, and if you look at those combinations, eventually he found the sweet spot and exploded.
Again, he has a sharp overhand right, and it found his spot, particularly because Sigmund was leaving his head out, standing up a bit too much upright, gave away his game plan, illustrating he just wanted to go to the mat. Santarelli, quite rightly, sprawl and brawl, ultimately broke his opponent down, and he cannot continue. Ref stops the fight. Beautiful stuff from these semi-pro mixed martial arts fighters.
And Luke Santarelli walking away here on target with the big W. Let's go over to Tom Benson and make it all official. It's Contenders Norwich.
Ladies and gentlemen,